A lot of you may not know this, but there is a standardized cycle that the insects are following, and knowing this can actually give you the knowledge you need to prepare your account and to make better purchasing decisions. In this video, we are going to be talking about that cycle that all of the insects follow, going from as much as $300 each to becoming completely free. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how that process works and when you should be deciding to get a certain insect. Make sure to subscribe to our channel, join our Discord, and also follow us on Instagram so you always have the support that you need to really enhance your account and get yourself to the next level. Also, if you stick around until the end of the video, I'm going to show you how you can save a lot of money when you make in-game purchases by getting some amazing cashbacks each time you purchase anything. Hello everyone and welcome to another video of the Sky channel. So as we all know, insects are amazing. They are very powerful. They bring a lot of interesting skills and stats for your unit. But many people have been confused because insects seem to be coming out often, and then there's the insect growth plan, then there's the active rewards, and sometimes the insects are being sold at 7 stars, sometimes 6 stars, and the prices are completely different. Well, if you're part of those people, this video will make all of that make sense. Okay, so insects do follow a cycle, as I mentioned in the start of the video. And the cycle starts with a new insect being launched. For example, the metallic stag beetle. It just came out last event, which means it came out last week. Absolutely brand new insect. It has never been released before, so this is the first time we have learned about this insect. Now, as you know, when it comes out, it's available in an event, and that event, generally the price is going to be $250 to $300 unless you're very lucky and get it much cheaper. And of course, it's going to be offered at 7 star. So that's when the insect starts out. Now this is Guardian Synergy 4, but if you take it to Stripe Love, that is Guardian Synergy 3. And then this one is Guardian Synergy 2, essentially meaning that these insects do seem to be coming out fairly often. And based on the calculations that some of our community members did, a big thanks to Burr, he's someone who does keep note of all these things, the average amount of time that I notice you have to wait before the next generation comes out to be approximately 7 months. That means that within 7 months, the metallic stag beetle that is currently available for $250 to $300 is actually not going to be the meta insect because there's going to be another one, Guardian Synergy 5, that would have just released. So after 7 months, metallic stag beetle is going to be replaced by Guardian Synergy 5. Now what also happens at that time is that the next event is probably going to be offering metallic stag beetle at a very large discount. So normally you're paying 6,000 points to get one copy of the insects. As soon as you have the next generation come out, the previous generation, which would be the metallic stag beetle in about 7 months, generally is offered at 3,600 points. Given the fact that you get a bunch of free points anyway, this roughly comes out to become half of the price that you'd be paying right now. In other words, approximately $125 to $150 would be the price that you'd be able to get a metallic stag beetle at 6 star, of course, in 7 months. So this happens to be the next step. Now the next step after that is that the metallic stag beetle is eventually going to be offered in the insect growth plans. Now for those of you who don't know, the insect pack is a $25 pack that does give you a bunch of startup orange insects as well as a special one at the end, allowing you to choose one of these 5-star insects. This generally tends to happen about 6 months after the insect is available at that discounted $125 to $150 price at 6 star, which essentially means it's going to be happening about 13 months after the launch of the insect itself. So in about a year and 1 month, we can expect to see the metallic stag beetle being offered in the insect growth plan for $25. Now, of course, the insect is available 30 days after you purchase the insect pack, which means that after you actually purchase it, you still have to wait 1 month before you get that insect. The next step after that is the active rewards, and this is where you can get any insect that was released completely free. You need 1500 points to get to the insect, and of course the insect is going to be offered at 3 star as opposed to 5, 6 or 7 star, and you can get 20 points per day, which means you need 75 days of getting 500 points each day at least for you to get that insect. That's about 2.5 months after the launch of the active rewards. Now, the insect generally gets added to active rewards approximately 6.5 months after those insects are added in the insect growth plan, roughly meaning about 20 months since the launch of the initial insect. And since it's going to take you about 2.5 months to get it, you're looking at about 22.5 months. Or if you're not extremely active, you could end up waiting about 2 years before you can get the metallic stag beetle completely free. So now I'm going to give you a summary, and then I'm going to explain how you should use this information to make the best decisions. A new insect is going to come out, right? It's going to be available for about $250 to $300 at that point. It's definitely going to be meta because they're going to make sure it's meta. Otherwise, nobody's going to buy it. About 7 months from then, a new insect is going to come out. The next generation Guardian Synergy 5, for example. And then all of a sudden, Metallic Stag Beetle becomes less relevant. At this point, it's now offered at about a 50% discount. So instead of paying a full $250 to $300, you're now going to have to pay between $125 to $150, but you're going to be getting a 6-star insect instead, which is fine because you know what, you probably have a bunch of other orange insects you can use to start it up anyway. Then 6 months after that, or about 13 months after the initial release of this insect, it's going to be added to the insect growth plan, which means it's now available at $25 for a 5-star insect. And in addition to that, you're also getting a bunch of other stuff for that $25. This, of course, is a massive price drop in my opinion. Then, approximately 6.5 months after that, it gets added to the active rewards. At this point, it's completely free. Now, if I was to make an assumption, I would probably assume that the plan is to possibly streamline it a little bit more and make it such that a new insect generation is released every 6 months. And at that point, 6 months after that, the next generation, when it comes out, it's available at half the price. Then 6 months after that, they probably want to have it added to the insect growth plan for $25. And then approximately 6 months after that, they want to add it to the active rewards. That will make a little bit of sense. That will push towards the 2 insects per year model. And then it's going to be a pretty streamlined process of getting the insects into the insect growth plans or in the active rewards. Now, talking about how you can use this information. Well, firstly, when an insect comes out and you do have $250 to $300 lying around and you want to invest in an insect, get it in the first event. Do not wait for the second or third event before you get it, because you know what? It's about 7 months before the next generation is going to come out. If you're buying it on the 4th month, you might as well just save that money for 3 more months and just get the next generation one, which is going to be far better than the one that you're thinking of purchasing now. So if you want to get it for $250 to $300, get it the first time it's released. If you miss the first event, note that the next event is generally not going to offer the same insect. They usually change stuff around. You're probably going to get it again 2 events from then, which means 4 weeks or about a month. And at that point, there's about 6 months left before the next insect comes out. And if you wait a little bit longer, then you're looking at even lesser time. The best thing to do is to get it in the first event. That's when it's a meta, and it will stay meta for the next 7 months. The later you buy it, you're still paying the same $250 to $300. You're not getting it for a discount, but it's going to remain meta for much lesser. And at that point, especially if you waited 5 months, you might as well just wait 2 more. And if you have the $250 to $300 to spend, get the next generation insect. But if you just want to spend $125 to $150, you'll get the exact same insect for $125 to $150. Right? So do not spend if you've missed the first event. Wait things out. You can get it far cheaper, $425 perhaps, or if you want, you can get the next generation one for the same price. Then when it's available at 6-star, which is that discounted $125 price. I know I just mentioned that if you really want it, you can get it for that cheaper price instead of paying the full $250 to $300. But my suggestion is, why would you really want to spend all that money on an insect that's not meta, right? Save your money for the next meta perhaps, or save it for a little longer and wait till Guardian Synergy 6 or 7 or 8 when you can actually get the meta one. Or just, save your money and wait for 6 more months and just buy it when it's added to the insect growth plan. $25 is a very good price for everything you get in the insect growth plan, right? And you'll be getting the metallic stag beetle. Like if you were patient enough to wait 7 months before getting it, you definitely don't really critically need it. And hence you could wait 6 more months and get it far cheaper for just $25. And you can get the medal that you want or whatever you're trying to get from it without having to pay the extra $100 to get it a little bit earlier. Now, one thing I'd say, of course, should be fairly obvious. If you didn't get it immediately in the first event where it was available at that cheaper price, the benefit of actually purchasing it later decreases even further because now you are very close for it to drop to $25. Just wait a month or 2 more and you'll be getting it for $25, right? Now for light spenders, I'd say this is the sweet spot. Insect growth plan, it's cheap, $25. You get a bunch of stuff and you're getting the insect as well. Next step is the jump where it becomes completely free. You have to wait another 6 to 7 months and then 2.5 more months for you to actually get it, but you didn't spend a single dollar, so it's still a good win. So the sweet spot for spenders, first event it's available. Sweet spot for light spenders, the moment it's added to the insect growth plan. Don't wait a few months, get it immediately as it comes out. The sweet spot for free-to-play players, well, there is no sweet spot. You just go with the flow and be active and you get that insect for free anyway, which people probably paid $300 for. I don't recommend the 6-star $125 to $150 insect for either light spenders or big spenders. Like it's neither there nor there, right? If you want to spend money, just get it when it's like the meta. If you want to save money, get it while it's in the $25 growth plan. It doesn't make the most sense, but of course, it's your wallet. Perhaps it makes sense for you and I can't see it. I don't want to make a generic statement and then realize that I'm wrong. For me, I think it doesn't make too much sense. If you're able to wait 7 months, you could probably wait 6 months more and save $100 in the process. And that's all I have for this video. I hope it was helpful for you. I'll be doing another one on ants. It's a little bit more complicated than the insects one, and I'm still gathering some information, but hopefully you'll see that one soon as well. And before you go, I want you to know you can save a bunch of money in the Ants Underground Kingdom using Aptoid and my promo code, which up until the start of October is going to be Sky9. If you're watching this video after the start of October, check out my Discord channel. I usually update the promo codes there, but I'll also make a post on the YouTube community section so you can check the latest promo codes there as well. The process has changed a little bit. You do need to have the code added in your Aptoid wallet as well as sometimes in checkout if you have the prompt to add the promo code there. The other thing is that you can only use my code for 5 purchases every 30 days. So make sure you're using the codes for the highest value purchases. Get a $100 ant coin pack. You'd be getting the bonuses for that purchase and then you can use the ant coins wherever you want later on. If you have any questions, you can join our Discord and I'd be happy to guide you through the process there personally as well. Thank you so much and I hope to see you in the next one.